In this video, we're going to go over shaping and extinction. If you think about the previous examples we've gone over with operant conditioning, we've been talking about rodents pressing levers very often. And if you think about it, rodents normally don't ever encounter levers, and they also have no idea that they should be pushing the lever to get a reward. So how exactly do we get rodents to participate in lever pressing? And the way that this can be done is through shaping. Shaping is the process of guiding an organism to perform a complex behavior through many successive trials by reinforcing exact segments of behavior. The idea here is you're not going to teach an animal to do a complex behavior all at once, but you can teach the animal step by step. So in this case, if we're looking at training a rodent to press a lever, you'll have the animal in a cage or a container where there is a lever in one part of the cage. So at first, the rodent is just going to be randomly exploring the cage, just moving around randomly. And what you can do is you can give a reward to the rodent whenever the rodent turns and faces the lever, all right? So when the rodent turns and faces the lever, you'll give the rodent a reward such as food. And at first, the rodent is going to be surprised, not really understand how they got the reward. But if you do this over multiple trials, the rodent is going to learn when they face the lever, a reward is going to be given. So once the rodent has mastered this task, you will now withhold the reward for completing this simple task. Now, you're going to need the rodent to face the lever and then move towards the lever, perhaps take a step towards the lever. So now, when the rodent does this, you'll give them a reward again. And at first, the rodent won't really understand the difference between moving towards the lever versus just turning towards the lever, but over many trials, the rodent is going to learn when it moves towards the lever, it will get a reward. So once the animal masters the second task, you're going to withhold the reward again. And now you're going to require the rodent to face the lever and move a certain distance from the lever. So now you want the animal to approach the lever. So again, when the animal learns to do this, you're going to withhold the reward again. And now in order to get the reward, the rodent has to learn to make physical contact with the lever. And this can be with any part of its body. It can be with its nose, it can be with its paws, or it can be brushing the lever with its body. So when it does this, you give the rodent a reward, and once it realizes that it just has to make physical contact to get the reward, you'll withhold the reward again. And the next requirement is the rodent has to touch the lever with a specific part of its body, which is its paw. So you'll train the animal on this step, and once it's mastered this step, then finally, the last step is you will only give a reward when the rodent presses the lever with a paw. So you can see here, over these many successive trials, you can gradually teach the rodent to perform a complex behavior such as lever pressing. Oh, another term we want to discuss is extinction. Extinction occurs when a behavior is no longer associated with a reward or a punishment. So it's no longer associated with a reinforcer or a punisher. So in this case of lever pressing, if the rodent learned to press a lever for food, if you stop giving food when the rodent presses the lever, then gradually, over time, the rodent is going to stop pressing the lever. So this is extinction, which in many ways is similar to the extinction we looked at with classical conditioning.